Shalom, shalom, and welcome. This is Yahusha, Living Orders and Commands. It is an end-time series of those who seek to do the will of the Almighty Father. For I believe with all my heart, mind, body, and soul. I am compelled to believe that those who seek to do the will of the Almighty Creator will come to discover His name is Yahuwah, and that it was He who chose to manifest His word Himself in the man and the person of Yahusha Mashyach. Many people have asked me the questions, how can Yahusha Mashyach and Yahuwah be one when He died? And I submit to you, understand the physical structure of these bodies. It was the Almighty Father who created them. He is the Almighty One and can do whatever He see fit. And even in the sacrifice of the physical body, His spirit continues to be everywhere at all times, for He is the beginning and the end. We are in end times, and I am compelled to believe that Yahusha, those who seek to do the will of the Almighty Father, my brothers, my sisters, those who have come to accept Yahusha as Mashyach, Yahuwah's word manifested in the flesh, born of the Virgin, walked among us, physically sacrificed the body that He created and resurrected and made it possible for us to be restored into fellowship. Soon and very soon we will come to understand the dynamics, the full ministry of the plan of the Most High. It is time, my brothers and sisters, for us to look to the author and finisher of our belief like never before. The time is now to begin earnestly seeking to discover the voice of the Spirit of the Almighty Father, Yahuwah, sent in Yahusha's name. Referencing John 14:26 and many other scriptures that have been brought to life to me and to others. End times are here, and they are bringing the most extreme, intense times that man has ever before witnessed. There has never before, since our existence, been over 7.2 billion people on this planet. And we will witness the plan of the Most High Father unfold very clearly. We will witness widespread drought continue to be prolonged and spread even wider. Fresh water will become something very scarce as the discipline of the Most High Father unfolds. We will witness soon and very soon food inventories begin to diminish, to evaporate as man began to look for food. Who has given thought that we need water in order to grow food or even livestock that is acceptable according to the word? Fresh water is something that is a definite in these earthen vessels. It is the way we have been created. There are four natural things, practical things that man needs, and I've mentioned them over and over again. That is fresh air, fresh water, food, and a safe place to dwell. Soon, my brothers and sisters, we will witness becoming mentally, physically, emotionally, and some even spiritually weak. But in our weakness, O Yahusha, we will witness the rise of the Spirit of Yahusha Mashyach within us, through us, one towards another, and there will be an emergence of chosen leaders sent by Him, along with directions from His chosen, His sent messengers, His Malachim, known as angels. End times come with promises, and these promises will be fulfilled regarding our refinement, regarding our discipline. There will be a final exodus and so much more to witness, my brothers and sisters. I have invited many to examine the 4th chapter of Amos and pay close attention to verses 6 through 13. It mentions a sequence that I have come to be compelled to present as the Amos sequence. It speaks of drought, it speaks of famine, it speaks of disease, it speaks of preparing to meet your Maker, our Maker. Discover the life in that. I submit that sequence has revealed itself in these end times, and we are at that point where we are to prepare to meet our Maker, who has given thought to the details that are necessary for our preparations. I also invite you to take note that the servants of Yahuwah have been sealed pertaining to Revelation 7:3. Though many may face unbelief, and unbelief is running rampant among the children of Yahuwah, I assure you, this does not stop the plan of the Most High from being fulfilled. World leaders, scientists, and many others who are astute or aware have already begun to acknowledge that man is on a collision course to total extinction. Words like tipping point, point of no return, peak levels, and others, population control, depopulation, have been surfacing as man scramble and struggle to find solutions to our dilemma from a natural and pragmatic perspective. I submit to you, it will indeed represent, these end times will represent what scriptures say regarding putting off the corruptible and putting on the incorruptible. We have reached the level of existence where our population is outpacing fresh water as well as food production. Also, global warming and climate change has spawned widespread drought across the planet, resulting in less and less fresh water. The very air we breathe is threatened as CO2 and methane gas levels are rising at enormous rates, affecting the very air we breathe in such a way we will see it as man began to get sick with asthma and other respiratory diseases. As I have stated numerous times, there are four basic things I cannot stress it enough that we need from a practical perspective. And yes, I am aware that man doesn't live by bread alone, but every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Almighty Father Yahuwah. Keep in mind, it was by his words that we were physically created, and we were created to breathe fresh air, to drink fresh water, to eat, and we were placed in safe places to live. So let us be mindful that this is part of the plan of the Most High. The Spirit of Yahusha makes alive not only the scriptures, but provide living orders and command to us daily. Soon and very soon, forced migrations will begin, and the people of this planet will begin to move towards the region where life began. If you study the scriptures, you will see life began within the Garden of Eden, and life will end within the region known as the Promised Land. If you doubt that, consider what is commonly and erroneously said about the Battle of Armageddon, which is not a battle. Scripture says that the wicked nations met in the valley of Megiddo to then go march against the children of Yahuwah. But all of this, my brothers and sisters, will take place in the region where life began. We will witness the habitable places on this planet roll up like a scroll. Who has given thought to Revelation 6:9? Who has given thought to where the scriptures talk? 6:9 and 9:18, I believe, where it talks about a fourth of the planet's population being killed and a third of the population being killed. Where do you think these people are residing who face such destruction as the tribulation began to unfold before our eyes? I am compelled to believe in my prayers that it was as though the Spirit of Yahusha told me that he will indeed cause the habitable places on this planet to become uninhabitable, and man will begin to scramble chasing food and fresh water, and will find themselves in the region commonly known as the Middle East and Northeast Africa. It will be the region of the Promised Land. Pray and watch, my brothers and sisters. The one world government system, the beast system, once it does emerge, will prove to be unsuccessful. And it is my belief that the wicked one, the anti-Messiah, cannot be revealed until Yahusha has been gathered from the four corners of the earth and placed in a safe place. The time is now to begin to realize end times are here. And they are absolutely not filled with maybes and or mights regarding the promises made by the Almighty Father. There will be a final exodus of true Yahusha. It will consist of true Hebrews, or Abri, as some may know, and Gentiles, or Goyim, other nations who seek to do the will of the Almighty Father, made one by Yahusha Messiah under one banner. That banner will be Yahusha. Pray and watch. Yahusha, the Word manifest in the flesh, the Almighty Father. Yahusha, born of a virgin, the man who walked among us, sacrificed and resurrected from the grave. Yahusha Messiah, our sovereign. Soon and very soon it will become clear that the children of Yahuwah will be known as the children of obedience. The structure of man from body to spirit will become made clear and what task lies before us will be made known. The emergence of Yahusha, consisting of the 144,000 and great multitude, will soon become visible. You may very well be surprised that you will be among those ranks, some of you. Our final exodus comes with demands that will be fulfilled. Yes, orders, not maybes. Prophecies will be fulfilled, not might. There is nowhere in Scripture that speak of prophecies that might be fulfilled or maybe if we cooperated. I assure you the almighty power of the Father Yahuwah, his hand, his disciplining hand, his influence, his set apartness will bring us into obedience. The plan of the Most High will prove to bring us into submission. As I have stated, I believe that sacrifices will prove to be the beginnings of obedience. As I was in prayer, it was like the Spirit of Yahusha directed me to recognize that with each sacrifice, our eyes are removed from the distractions and we find ourselves, if we are listening to Him, becoming more and more obedient. My brothers and sisters, we have been deluged and bombarded with all types of distractions, of which contributes to our blindness and disobedience. Unbelief is no doubt a major contributing factor to our sluggardness, our slothfulness. But this will come to an end to those who must and will fulfill end-time prophecies regarding the gathering from the four corners of the earth, as mentioned in Isaiah 11:12 and many other passages. There have been echoes from individuals using words like, I am not worried, Yah will protect me, I am not worried, Yah will take care of me, and many other like words. Believe it or not, all too often they demonstrate a do-nothing attitude. They lack a sense of urgency. It is time for us to come away from disregarding the need to have a sense of urgency and look straight forward to what the living Spirit of Yahusha is saying. We are not to worry, my brothers and sisters, nor are we to be afraid, but we are, however, ordered to be mindful of the signs of the times, to focus on the living presence of Yahusha Mashyach, and to respond to his living orders and commands. We are informed that the Spirit of Yahusha works directly with us, in us, through us, one towards another, and through his chosen leaders, as well as through his sent messengers, commonly known as angels. Allow me to take a moment to read some scriptures. Romans 12:1 say, I call upon you, therefore, brothers, through the compassion of the Almighty One, to present your bodies a living offering, set apart, well-pleasing to the Almighty One, your reasonable worship. I submit to you, my brothers and sisters, the first order of service is sacrifice of our bodies, our minds, to the Almighty One, Yahuwah, through Yahusha Messiah. And we will witness other sacrifices as we come away from the things that have laid hold to us, as we are delivered by the power and might, by the favor of the Almighty Father, Yahuwah. 1 Corinthians 15:31 say, I affirm by boasting in you, which I have in Messiah Yahusha, our master, I die day by day. Here Shaul mentions this daily sacrifice of bringing his flesh into submission and yielding to the Spirit of Yahusha Messiah working in him. Hebrews 9:27 and 28 says, as it awaits man once to die, and after this the judgment, so also the Messiah, having been offered once to bear the sins of many, shall appear a second time apart from sin to those waiting for him unto deliverance. We have an appointment, my brothers and sisters. Whether we die a physical death between now and the physical return of Yahusha Messiah, or whether we will be among the ranks of those who will be physically alive upon this return, nevertheless, there's an appointment of transformation, and it will come. Proverbs 1:7 say, the fear of Yahuwah is the beginning of knowledge. Fools despise wisdom and discipline. I've heard many say, I'm not afraid, I don't fear anything, without correcting the words and saying, the only one I fear is Yahuwah. I fear him, and therefore I have set my mind and heart and body to pursue his living words, his living orders, his living guidance through Yahusha Messiah. Proverbs 14:27 says, the fear of Yahuwah is a fountain of life. Turn away from the snares of death. You see, my brothers and sisters, there are many people who despise wisdom and discipline. There are many who cannot turn away from the snares of death. But there will be those among us O Yahusha, who will be among the children of obedience, who will fear their Almighty Father and respond to His structure, His call, His directions. Pray on what I just read, my brothers and sisters. For during these last days, we will see forced transitions, and it will prove to be a time of most humbling, a time of refining, a time of adjusting our perceptions and beliefs. One of the most trying of times will be movement, transitioning from a place where we have become so accustomed. Our final exodus will bring one of the most trying of times ahead. If you have chosen to present your body a living offering to the Almighty Father, Yahuwah, through Yahusha Mashyach, prepare to witness that claim, that choice will be put to the test, tried through the fire of the power of the Almighty Father, the Almighty One who is the beginning and the end. We will witness Him strip us of many material things as end times get intense. We will come to know what it means to come away, to walk away from things which we have become so attached. We will know what it means to walk away from individuals who mean us no good, who are not our brothers and sisters, or who have succumbed to the wicked one. Do you love the Almighty Father Yahuwah? Do you love Yahusha Mashyach? Have you come to realize that it is He, the Almighty Father Yahuwah, who sent His set-apart Spirit, who wants us to identify Him in His presentation of salvation as Yahusha Mashyach, as Yahusha Messiah? Pray and watch. You'll come to know how they are indeed one. Are you aware that the Word was made flesh? You cannot separate any part of the Most High. Although many have tried, they will soon prove to be unsuccessful, if not already. I continue to see individuals dismissing the understanding, and I believe it is due to their inability to hear the voice of the Spirit of Yahusha make clear and make known what is meant by these words, His words. The days are coming when this position will be laid waste, and we will all know what it is to walk in the oneness of Yahusha Mashyach. We will be known as the children of obedience. We will know how to honor and guard the Shabbat. We will know the purpose of celebrating and recognizing the new moon. We will come to know what is important and the purpose of the set apart times, the Moedim, the feast times. We will face unity as we are refined, my brothers and sisters. The time is now to recognize that if we say there will be a final exodus, then there will come times when we must move. If we believe an awakening nation is emerging, there must be structure, unity, and discipline to identify such presence. I am compelled to believe that Yahusha in the United States will be gathered in the state of Virginia, and we will leave in mass from the state of Virginia, and we will go towards that promised land, and we will reach that promised land. I believe as forced migration and first forced movement come, we will witness Yahusha in the U.S. being gathered to the state of Virginia, those who will be alive and who will fulfill being gathered from the four corners of the earth. I've stated this in times past, and I state it again. I believe those in other nations will gather to the outermost borders that point towards the promised land and begin to make their trek. I believe with all my heart, I am compelled to believe that the Spirit of Yahusha has revealed to me in a vision all that is necessary for me to obey Him, and have revealed to me much regarding details regarding our transformation, our transition. I've stated in times past that I believe that we will leave in container ships. Who is able to recognize that a container ship can hold much more people than a cruise ship? A cruise ship at best 3,000 to 5,000. A container ship 25,000 plus on one container ship. I believe we will witness conditions that will be conducive to our final exodus, and they will be on container ships. I believe, yes, there are those who have been called ahead of time, but I believe also there are many who have been scrambling to run and flee their countries and run to the borders of the area that is commonly known as Israel, and I believe many of them have left prematurely. I have witnessed some leave and come back being kicked out of the country. But know this, O Yahusha, when we gather in mass, when the hand of the Most High Father bring about our final exodus, There will be no need for passports. There will be no doubt to what is going on. For I believe it will be a time when we will soon witness the two witnesses of revelation emerge, and they will place the instructions before the world leaders to what is expected of them and their assistance in obeying what is ordered by the Most High and returning us to our promised land. Pray and watch. There are many things that can subdue a nation, a government, a kingdom, a sovereignty. There are many things that can bring them in subjection at the hand and power of the Almighty Father, who is aware of what happened during the times of Moshe, or Moses. And I submit to you, my brothers and sisters, there will be sacrifices, and it will prove to be a time when, as we sacrifice many conveniences, that the hand of the Most High Father is bringing us at the beginnings of obedience. We will witness his wrath, but the fullness of his wrath will not emerge until we are placed in the appointed land for safety. Remember, there will be those gathered from the four corners of the earth. Remember, there will also be those who will be martyrs. There will also be those, unfortunately, led astray, who will fulfill the great falling away mentioned in scriptures. There will be those who are indeed our brothers and sisters delivered to Satan for the destruction of the flesh, in order that the spirit may be saved in the day of the Almighty Father Yahuwah. Who is aware that there have been people who have faced physical death, brothers and sisters, and they have made mistakes in life? They have transgressed against the set apartness of the Most High Father, but they are indeed covered by the blood of the Lamb, Yahusha. But in their rebellion, they died possibly a violent or regretful life, physical life. Ponder on these verses I'm about to read, my brothers and sisters. Pray on them and seek the life in them. Matthew 24:9 reads, "They shall deliver you up to affliction and kill you, and you shall be hated by all nations for my name's sake." 24:10 and 11, "And then many shall stumble, and they shall deliver up one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise up and lead many astray." 2 Thessalonians 2:3 and 4 say, "Let no one deceive you in any way, because the falling away is to come first, and the man of lawlessness is to be revealed, the son of destruction, who opposes and exalts himself above all that is called the Almighty One, or that is worshipped, so that he sits as the Almighty One in the dwelling place of the Almighty One, showing himself as the Almighty One." I submit to you, my brothers and sisters, the Almighty Father is not concerned with buildings made with hands. There is a group known as the synagogue of Satan who are trying to forcibly erect a building made with hands and replicate what they believe will fulfill the latter day prophecies. But soon we will witness. This passage is referencing the camp of Yahusha in a safe place in the promised land where we have been gathered from the four corners of the earth. This passage represents when the Almighty One have placed us in that safe place, and the wicked one, after meeting in Megiddo to plan their strategy to march against the set-apart children of Yahuwah, the wicked one, the anti-Messiah, will lead the nations of wickedness towards the camp of Yahuwah. And we are that dwelling place. And he will step in that dwelling place saying that he has arrived, that he is the one we were waiting for. And this is when the physical return of Yahusha Messiah will come. This will be following the final days of the two witnesses mentioned in Revelation. Pray and watch, my brothers and sisters. 2 Thessalonians 2:7 and 8 say, "For the secret of lawlessness is already at work, but only until he who now restrains comes out of the midst. And then the lawless one shall be revealed, whom the master shall consume with the spirit of his mouth and bring to naught with the manifestation of his coming." I submit to you, it is us who will be gathered from the four corners of the earth, those who will fulfill that prophecy that restrains the full emergence of the anti-Messiah, the false prophet, and their beast system. Pray and watch. 1 Corinthians 5:1-5 says, "It is commonly reported that there is horn among you, and such horn as is not even named among the Gentiles, so as one to have his father's wife. And you have been puffed up, and did not rather mourn, so that he who has done this deed be removed from you." Here Shaul is saying how we should have purged the camp The brothers and sisters at Corinth should have purged the wicked one who went into his father's wife. But instead, they were puffed up with pride and tolerated and compromised and allowed it to happen. But Shaul said in the 4th and 5th verses, in the name of Master Yahusha Mashyach, when you are gathered together in my spirit with the power of our Master Yahusha Mashyach, deliver such a one to Satan for the destruction of the flesh, in order that his spirit be saved in the day of Master Yahusha. I submit to you, ponder, pray, and reflect. Many of us have experienced brothers and sisters who have died, who made a mistake, who transgressed against the word of the Most High, but whose heart and desire was to pursue obedience, but they stumbled and may have died in that fall. Do you think that they will not be in the book of life? There are no doubts that our life in Yahusha Mashyach comes with complexity and major challenges. We have entered into our final days, and things will be made known more clear with each passing moment. We will witness the fulfillment of much that has been written regarding end time prophecy, regarding our final exodus. Movement is coming. There will be sacrifice. We will walk away. We will release things that we possess. We will come away from possessions, whether it be things or people that we have become so accustomed to. We will find ourselves departing. We will witness that in sacrifice, it will be the beginning of obedience. All the fast food or the full service restaurants, the country clubs, even the conveniences of going to the grocery store to buy food will be laid waste in the coming days, for there will be civil unrest, economic collapse. There will be turmoil, much death and destruction. We will witness the fruit of man's wickedness come. And in that fruit of his wickedness, we will witness the hand of the Almighty Father Yahuwah, his wrath, begin to unfold as foretold in Scripture. Prepare, O Yasharal. Prepare to witness things being stripped from us. Prepare to be witness being refined and disciplined in the image that the Most High have designated. Prepare to witness an awakening nation being gathered from the four corners of the earth. Prepare to become a participant of what has been written. Yes, emotions will be high. We will see many experiences, many attitudes. There will be weeping, there will be rejoicing. We will come to discover why it is necessary to be stripped of many possessions. We will come to discover being freed from the strongholds of distractions. Yes, some will even call it forcibly being moved. Let us realize the Most High promised to discipline those whom He loves. The habitable places on this planet are about to roll up like a scroll. People will begin migrating for fresh water, and shortly following such movement will be the journey to look for food in a safe place. And there will be cataclysmic conditions that will force men to begin to move back to the area where life began, the region where the Garden of Eden is. And we will come to realize that same region is where it will end, which is within the same region the valley of Megiddo lies. Be alert, family. We are not too far from the physical return of Yahusha Mashyach. There will not be a pre-tribulation rapture as erroneously taught by many. Be alert. There will be a diverse group of people converting, or should I say brought into the light, delivered into the truth. There will be a rise of individuals who will prove to be among the ranks of the 144,000 mentioned in Revelation 7 chapter. There will be a rise of a great multitude of many nations, kindreds, tribes, and tongues, together as one, made possible as one by Yahusha Mashyach, under one banner, Yasharal. Pray and watch. Prepare to witness Trojan leaders led by the Spirit of Yahusha, who will execute living orders and commands. They will provide right rulings and judgments. Prepare to witness who I believe are the last two major shepherds for Yasharal, and that is the two witnesses of Revelation mentioned in the 11th chapter of Revelation. Pray and watch. They will bring order and structure to Yasharal as we are gathered from the four corners of the earth. I must say this, my brothers and sisters. Recently, my Isha, have completed our transition from where we were located to the state of Virginia. And I believe Yahusha will come. Those in the United States, many will come from different parts of the United States and witness a gathering like man has never before seen nor imagined. There will be power and might demonstrated by the hand of those who are led by the Spirit of Yahusha. Soon the proof will come, and you who will be among the ranks of those gathered from the four corners of the earth will witness it. Until next time, my brothers, my sisters, my family, I strongly encourage each and every listener to begin discussing end-time prophecies, especially preparing for movement, transition, forced migration. It's coming. Begin discussing all the details associated with our final exodus, or what you believe will be the final exodus in or martyrdom. For there are many details that must and will be fulfilled. The time is now, my brothers and sisters, to prepare, to seek earnestly the voice of the Spirit of Yahusha and respond with accuracy. Sacrifice. Beginnings of obedience will prove to have begun for true Yahusha, and it is coming. If it hasn't reached your face yet, it is coming. Yes, to the one in the mirror. Until next time, I invite you to pursue discernment like never before. Seek the living guidance, the words from the Almighty Father. Seek to discern who He is speaking through. Seek to discern the presence of the living Spirit of Yahusha Mashyach and respond accordingly. Till next time, I pray that each and every one of us are able to endure to the very end. Stay tuned as more of Yahusha's living orders and commands continues. Shalom. Shalom. Shalom.